Hey y'all, it's Megan. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome aboard. So I'm in the car, it's raining. What does that mean? It's a story time day. But today I am not telling my stories, I'm gonna be telling yours. I've asked for people to share stories that they would like for me to tell and about their times at Disney World, Disneyland, any Disney park or Disney store. So I've gotten some stories from y'all and I wanted to kind of break them into sections that made sense. So today I'm talking about your stories of cast member appreciation, because we love our cast members and we always want to show them how much they mean to us. So this is a nice way of shouting out some cast members. I just want to say, if I haven't used your story, I have it. I am cataloging them. So if you have sent me a story on Instagram or on the community tab, or you've left it in a comment, I have them. I'm not just skipping over your story. I'll include them in a future video. And so please do continue to send me those if you have any that you would like for me to include. But for today, I wanted to mention stories from Tracy and Brian, who submitted stories about some cast members that they appreciated. So I'm going to start off with a cast member at Walt Disney World. So our cast member from Disney World was working at the All-Star Sports Resort. So on this particular vacation, the mom was asking the cast members if they had any tea, because like my mom, obviously Brian's mom is a tea drinker. So she was like, hey, can I get some tea? Is there any tea available? And where a lot of people in different professions would probably just say, no, we don't have tea, and just leave it at that, the cast member said, let me go check on that. And so she ran off and she went and checked, and she came back and she said, I am so sorry. I just checked with Mickey and he said that he's so sorry that we don't have any tea for you right now, but he'll get you some first thing in the morning. So that just is such a sweet little thing. Like, how many times have we been somewhere we've said, hey, do you have X, Y, or Z? And they're like, no, actually we're out, we're sorry. And that's it. Like that's just it. They just say no and you move on. But for that cast member to actually go and check and then come back with such a sweet, polite, professional, Disney themed way of saying, we don't have any right now, but we will get you some tomorrow. That's just such a sweet little story, and I'm so glad that y'all share that with me and I can share it with you, because it's just small, tiny little things like that that just make cast members so amazing, and we love them so much. So now we're going to go over to Disneyland, where my girl Tracy lives and takes her family to the parks. And Tracy's little girl, when she was 3, she had quite a year at Disneyland. Like, I think 3 is an awesome age to go to the parks in general, because you kind of remember stuff from when you're 3, starting to get the whole Disney thing and see how magical it is. And so Tracy's daughter was, like I said, she was 3, and she's just prancing her way through Fantasyland dressed as Cinderella. She's got the whole outfit going, and all of a sudden they hear, excuse me, princess, I think you dropped your shoe. And so, you know, they're like, oh gosh, you know, kids lose shoes all the time. It's a thing. My sister never wore shoes. Like, from the time she was born to the age of like 8, I don't think she wore shoes. So it's completely normal to be like, oh my gosh, we've dropped a shoe, thank you so much. But the cast member presented a little tiny glass slipper and said, here you go, I found this for you. And so, you know, Cinderella very graciously accepts her slipper back, and like moms do, they're like, oh, that was so fun, thank you. Give the nice man his slipper back. And he's like, no. He says, Queen, that is for you. Can I be called Queen every day? Like, thank you. That gives me life. But also, cast members going out of their way to make magic. Like, that was a completely unnecessary interaction. There was nothing in it for them. They didn't like need some kind of guest recovery. Nothing bad happened for this cast member to just like go out of his way to be sweet and like have a cute little moment with this little girl. So, you know, just see Cinderella, have glass slipper, make magic. And I don't know if it was the same trip or if y'all were on multiple trips, Tracy, but the same little girl, I'm guessing, had a fun time at Pirates. And so, like rides do, we all have been there, a ride goes down. We're 101, you gotta wait, and when you're in line at a certain spot in a lot of lines, there's really not much you can do if you're close enough to the ride. You just kind of stand there and you wait until it comes back up, because there's no sense in you trying to weave your way out all the way through a 1.5 miles of queue. So they were like, it's down. We'll hang out. We'll wait and see how long it takes to come back up. We love Pirates. We want to ride it. So ride's down, and shout out to Brittany from Barstow. Am I saying that right? I had to ask my husband, who's from California. I was like, how do you pronounce this city? my southern butt doesn't understand how to pronounce things correctly. So Brittany was a custodial cast member who, shout out to custodial cast members, they don't get nearly enough love, but she was there and she was interacting with this very gregarious, very personable little 3-year-old. She was just chatting her up, and she was like asking her all these questions and being so friendly. And so Brittany interacted with her and was like, hey, you were going to be an honorary custodial cast member, and like, let's do some sweeping, and got her entertained. And for anyone who has been to the parks or anywhere with small children, I'm sure that you can attest to how magical that can be, just to have someone help keep a little one entertained in line. If I'm being honest, my husband probably would like for someone to keep me entertained in line, because I'm kind of like a kid. I'm like, when are we getting on? What are we doing? Hey, can we play a game? Can we get, just talking all the entire time. So I'm kind of like a 3-year-old when I'm in line. So the line picks back up. We get to ride Pirates. That's awesome. And she's like, oh man, that was so much fun. Well, Brittany actually came back and hooked up with them after they got off the ride. She was like, follow me. Walks over to the Haunted Mansion with them. Just completely gets them in backstage, goes past the line straight to the stretch room, and gets them right onto the ride. And they got to experience the ride without having to wait in line. It was just a quick little magic moment that Brittany made for them. And you know, she wasn't asking for anything in return. She didn't need any recognition, but we definitely want to recognize her. So if for some reason Brittany from Barstow, you are seeing this, just know that you have made a little girl and her family very, very happy, and they wish that they had gotten a picture with you. And that's something I want to say. Cast members will never ask you to take a picture, but in my experience as a cast member, there is no better feeling than when someone says, hey, can we take a picture with you? So if you ever have a cast member that is just like really fantastic and has done something special, especially for like your kid, get a picture with them together. They'll always say yes. I've never met a cast member who said no to taking a picture with you. So it's just a really fun thing, and they get to feel special and feel appreciated for a few minutes. So that's something really nice that you can do. And then it's nice to be able to look back and remember, oh, that was that person that did X, Y, or Z and really made our trip extra magical. So that's it for today. I just wanted to mention a couple of really quick stories from y'all that are about cast member appreciation and just how much cast members do for us and mean to us, even when they're just doing their jobs. That's literally their job, but it's so rewarding to make some magic when you can. And so it's good to see that there are people who appreciate it and they want to go out of their way and leave a comment with me so that we can shout out these cast members on even as small a platform as I have, but just to give a little love back to the cast members. So if you have any other cast member stories, any cast members that you want to shout out by name, let me know, and we will share that little story on here just in case that they hear it and they can get a little pat on the back, little atta-girl, atta-boy. I thought it would be fun to share y'all's stories because I talk so much about me. I like to hear y'all's, and I thought, hey, if I'm interested in it, someone else is interested in it too. So I am really enjoying reading y'all's stories. So do feel free to keep leaving comments, keep leaving messages, talk to me on Instagram or here. And that is it for today. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.